We're at part 5 of Kid Icarus, and now we're in the sky. And now what I'm going to do is just go in this door and find a hot spring. Pretty easy way to start the world. So yeah, we're back to the climbing sections of this game, just like World 1. And just like World 1, there's snakes that like to drop in on you. So moving on, these clouds, you can fall through them if you duck, so do be aware of that. Here we have these yellow guys that like to pop up and shoot at you. They're really not that bad to deal with, it's just when they catch you off guard like everything else. And by the way, this is the last time I do this grinding stuff, so hope you enjoyed it. Now with these guys, they're really not much of a threat. It's just the birds around it. Let's just take him out. Actually getting hit quite a bit here. There's just some extra climbing in this section. Here we are introduced to new enemies. These knights don't really do much. They just have birds that fly around them. And of course we have these guys, these yellow guys. So yeah, it's just pretty easy to take them out. Either shoot up at them with the longbow, or just use the crystals on the birds. Or you could just, you know, shoot them regularly like any other enemy. And with these purple donuts, they're really not that different from any of the other narrow platforms we encountered earlier in this game. Just mind pitch forward momentum as usual. And also you can't stop yourself in midair, so just make sure not to overcorrect it, otherwise you might end up falling short by accident. Oh, Grim Reapers, you were actually challenging once upon a time. So, yeah, those yellow things, those are just spikes, hurt you like anything else. And with this world, they're actually going to use a lot of platforms that like to go horizontal, and those are just a different rendition of thieves. So what you want to do is just jump, and then provoke them into going, and they'll pass right over you, no big deal. Alright, it's just... yeah, I'm trying to get this guy to go. There we go. There's just some snakes. Alright, now that that's done with, just more climbing to do. And more thieves to mind. The platforms really aren't too tough to deal with. Just make sure you don't screw up the location. So with this one, just hop over this guy and go into the clouds. No big deal. So yeah, with the third world, it's just a lot more climbing like we're used to in the first world. So they decided to go back and forth in format. Not really sure why. But here we have what's actually the final strength arrow upgrade of the game. There are actually no more in 3.2 or 3.3. So with that, we have 5, the maximum, and are all but assured of the best ending. I just had to make it to the end with 999 hearts. And with that, this talkthrough is going to go a lot easier because I don't have to do any more mindless grinding. So let's just collect score here. And now 3-2, it's pretty much the same stuff, a lot more difficult platforming to deal with, but it's not too bad. And with 5 strength arrows, you only need 2 shots to kill those Grim Reapers. I'm not going to understand why they are in the underworld, but I'm not really sure why they're in the sky. I just had to scratch my nose for a bit. And that's one part of the wraparound that you do have to mind. Getting your timing down is actually the only hard part. With Grim Reapers and more snakes. Also, you might accidentally duck on these clouds, and in that case you'll fall through. But fortunately I have 2 feathers, so That won't be a problem even if I do fall. Let's see, any more snakes? There's some Metroids. Yes, believe it or not, Metroids are in this game. And, what happened was, Kid Icarus and Metroid were actually made in the same year, so for all intents and purposes, well, not only made in the same year, but made by, like, the same people, and all that other fun stuff. So, for all intents and purposes, they were brother and sister games. Yeah, this is not necessary at all, by the way. I'm just doing it anyway. Oh, fun fact, if you leave, Zeus will then call you a weakling. And, fortunately, I don't lose anything. Instead, I'll just kill more Metroids. Just because they got in the way. Those jumps are pretty easy to handle by now. Because at this point, you'll be used to the controls. There's just a store. I'm just gonna get a bottle and leave. And just a bit more climbing. With Metroids to shoot. Here's a quick platforming section. If you stay in the left side, you can actually get through this part pretty quickly. And get ambushed by a yellow guy. Twice. Because I can't duck, so I was kind of up shit creek on that one. For this one, you could either take the left block and jump all the way to the left, or just do what I'm doing now, just wait for this thing to go all the way to the right, and then jump. There's some, of these tentacled guys that like to jump up on you. They're not too tough to deal with, just as long as you don't let too many of them get on screen at once. They come out in packs of 4 like everyone else. And just in case any of the thieves got a hold of your weapons, as I said earlier, you can buy them back here. No big deal. Moving on. There's more snakes to kill and more of these yellow tentacled dudes to kill. But killing enemies and actually moving in places is actually a lot easier now. Complete with slowdown because there are way too many enemies on screen at once. It just wouldn't be a Nintendo game without slowdown. Yeah, no thanks, bye. Instead, I'm just gonna keep moving up. Into a hot spring. So just let that recharge. Going up, and I'm almost done with the level. Just get this one Metroid out of the way, and we're done. That was definitely a lot easier than World 2. Now we're at 3-3, I'm gonna cut it off here, and I'm in pretty good shape going into the last levels of the game, so join me next time as I finish the Sky Palace and head on into the overworld. Or not the overworld, Angel Land. See you next time.